Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. We're always glad to have you here on the show.
Okay, so Cameron asked me how I'm doing.
How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm doing not so good.
Oh, no. I thought you would have good news. What is the bad news?
Well, I spent the past week
Uh-huh.
getting proper fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Yeah. You know, the Korean law has changed for foreigners, and so I had to reapply for my visa.
Okay.
And long story, but anyway, they're requiring an FBI criminal report. Yeah, right?
Your 신원 조회? Like your...
Yeah.
Are you a criminal?
Are you a criminal? So I was like, okay, get fingerprints, right? You know, and so I go to the police station and I get it and I send it. And the people who are doing the APO service, whatever it is, they're like, oh, sorry, this won't do. I go to another police station and then I send it. He's like, oh, gosh, you know. So finally, I went to a big police station in Seoul, in the heart of Gangnam.
Yes.
And it was like, he really did it. So I finally was able to pass.
Really?
Like it was such an ordeal. And you know, I didn't realize getting your fingerprints was so difficult.
Okay, then I have a question.
Okay.
If it's so hard to get your fingerprints,
Yeah.
how do they catch criminals?
I don't know.
How do they see the knife with the
Yeah.
fingerprint and be like, oh, I know, if it's that hard to get your fingerprints
Well,
done?
that's what I'm saying, because like you got to roll it, and anyway.
Well, I'm
So
glad
I'm
that you
okay.
you got it figured out and done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I just had to share that with everyone. If you need a fingerprint, if you need some fingerprints, you know, go to the right place.
Go to a big
place. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting a visa, I need to follow up with Sarah. So we're talking about visas on this day. So if you need to follow up,
Yes.
and this is a word that we often hear in the office. What does this mean, to follow up?
This means you need to continue a conversation. Maybe you talked about a topic before, and then a few days later, you need more information. So you call them again, you talk to them again.
That's right. It's kind of like checking up on something after it's been done.
Updating with a person.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Another expression that we're going to learn is get in touch with someone.
That means to start contacting someone. Usually your first contact with someone, you would say you are getting in touch with them.
Now, when you start a sentence with that in mind, what does this mean?
With that in mind means as you consider that. While you are thinking about that.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue. Hi, Marco. May I join you?
Please do. Did you ever get in touch with Sarah, the woman with the expat information website?
Yeah, we met for coffee the other day, but I need to follow up with her because I have more questions.
Remember to bring a small gift the next time you see her. It'll show you're adapting to the culture.
Right. With that in mind, I'm going to read a few of her blog posts to see what she likes.
Good thinking.
All right, here we go. Jasmine says, hi, Marco. May I join you? And Marco says, please do. And here's another great way of saying yes. It's like, please do. Like, of course, yes. Did you ever get in touch with Sarah, the woman with the expat information website? So if you say, hey, did you get in touch with that woman, or did you get in touch with the office? What does this mean?
This means, did you call them? Did you email them successfully? So to get in touch is not just try to call.
Just contact.
You're right. To get in touch means you got a reply from them. You were actually able to talk to them.
Okay.
And it's often for the first time about a subject.
Okay. So there's a difference between, hey, did you call that person? You could have called them, but they didn't answer the phone.
They didn't answer the phone.
Right. But if you say, did you get in touch? It's almost as if you touched them.
Yes, kind of. Yeah.
Figuratively.
Yes.
Yeah.
You definitely had a conversation or there was communication that happened with them.
Right, right. That's what Marco asks Jasmine.
Yes.
And what does Jasmine say?
Yeah, we met for coffee the other day, but I need to follow up with her because I have more questions.
So this is kind of the whole process of getting information. Is first, you need to get in touch with whoever.
Yes.
Then it doesn't end there. It continues, right?
Right.
So that's why we have this expression, follow up
Yes.
with her.
Right. So to follow up with someone means to continue a conversation after you've taken a break. For example, when you first talk to someone about an important issue, often you can't make a final conclusion. There's often you always say like, oh, let me look into that. Let me research some options. So then you have to go back to that person a second time.
Right.
So this following up with someone is season 2 of the conversation.
Season 2, part 2.
This is part 2 of the conversation.
Because oftentimes, Cameron, you get in touch with someone and then you say, oh, like I have this problem. All right, let me check on that and I'll get back to you.
Yes.
You don't hear from them.
It's like a week.
A week.
Why didn't they
2
call me?
weeks. They didn't call me yet.
Yeah.
So you want to follow up.
That means you call them again.
Again.
You message them again.
Okay. So then Marco says, remember to bring a small gift the next time you see her. It'll show you're adapting to the culture. Okay, the word adapt, E-A-D-A-P-T-I-N-G.
Yes.
So, give a gift. Well, you got to be kind of careful, I guess.
Yeah.
But with a friend, just a woman, that would be nice.
Right. So first, adapt, 적응하다, means that you are becoming used to or learning about something that you did not know about before.
Yeah.
And I think this bringing a small gift is something that Americans, for the most part, don't do as much as other cultures.
Agreed.
Which is why Marco mentions this. If we assume that Jasmine and Marco are American or at least from the West, what we call the Anglosphere, English-speaking countries, we don't give gifts as much.
True.
I know when I first came to Korea, people were giving me more gifts than I was giving them. And I felt really bad.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit to adapt to the gift-giving culture here.
Yeah, it's very true, isn't it? Yeah, Koreans are giving gifts a lot. I mean, look at Chuseok and Seollal. They give gifts to everyone.
Right. And this isn't, obviously, like in America, we give Christmas gifts.
Sure.
But
not
going over to someone's house.
Yeah.
And, bringing something to their house does happen, but it's not as common as other cultures, so that's why he's talking about adapting to the culture with bringing a small gift.
Right. You and I both had to adapt to Korean culture, even though I was Korean American, and still am. I had to adapt to the Korean ways.
Right.
I wasn't familiar, and you, totally so. Now, here's a great expression next. What does Jasmine say?
Right. With that in mind, I'm going to read a few of her blog posts to see what she likes.
Okay. Here's a great expression, with that in mind. And this is a common expression, and we use this at the beginning of the sentence.
Yes.
What does this mean?
With that in mind means considering that or thinking about that. So Jasmine is saying, okay, yeah. I'm going to think about the gift-giving culture. And here's my action. So this, with that in mind, you're going to tell an action, but you're also explaining the thought behind the action. So you're saying, I will think about that and do this action.
Oh, so think and action going together.
Right. That is what this expression is about.
So let's see it again. With that in mind, I'm going to read a few of her blog posts to see what she likes. So he's thinking about, gift. Oh, let me check out the blog and see what she likes.
Right. So the reason she is looking at the blog posts to see what she likes is she wants to buy a gift
Yes.
that she likes.
That's right. Okay. And Marco says good thinking, and that's our power pattern today. What do you mean by good thinking?
Good thinking, in this case, is very similar to good idea.
Good idea. Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to think about this.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time. Hi, Marco. May I join you?
Please do. Did you ever get in touch with Sarah, the woman with the expat information website?
Yeah, we met for coffee the other day, but I need to follow up with her because I have more questions.
Remember to bring a small gift the next time you see her. It'll show you're adapting to the culture.
Right. With that in mind, I'm going to read a few of her blog posts to see what she likes.
Good thinking.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. Let's do a quick review. If you get in touch with someone, it means that you have established contact or communication. You made a connection.
Yes.
Okay. Have you talked to Max recently?
I tried to get in touch with him last month, but his phone was disconnected.
Okay. Okay, so I tried.
But I was not successful.
I wasn't. Get in touch with me the moment you arrive.
Yes. So that doesn't mean call me, and maybe I won't answer.
Yeah.
That means call me until I answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Get in touch with me. Yeah. You do not stop calling until I pick up the phone.
Right. You know, sometimes when you want to get in touch with someone or a company, the first time sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Second time doesn't work. Sometimes you have to do it multiple times
Yes.
to get in touch with.
Right.
I think in the business world, you really have to be persistent if you're establishing a new contact.
Right.
Right.
Some people are hard to get in touch with.
They're so busy.
Right. They're so busy. Or maybe they do not use technology like most people do.
Right.
Like
They turn off their phone.
Right. I recently, you know Miley Cyrus, the singer. Her godmother is Dolly Parton.
I know that.
Famous Dolly Parton. She says that Dolly Parton is very hard to get in touch with, even though they're part of the family.
Wow.
Because Dolly Parton only receives faxes.
Wow.
She doesn't.
No emails.
No. Her assistant has to look at Dolly Parton's emails, print them out,
Oh, my goodness.
and then give them to her.
Oh.
So that's an example of someone being extremely hard to get in touch with.
Yeah, that's right. If they turn off their phones or, they go away,
Yeah.
it's hard to get
Maybe
in touch
it's like a
with.
meditation retreat.
Yeah,
And they
right.
put their phone away and they're
True.
meditating in the mountains.
Yeah, okay. All right. Follow up with someone. And can it be something?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
If you want to talk, maybe you talk to someone every day, but you don't talk about a subject every day. So
right.
you need more information on a subject so you could follow up on a subject.
So anytime you need an update, right? You need some more information. That is to follow up. I need you to follow up with Dr. Bloom for more tests.
But doctor, it's only a headache. So here, Dr. Bloom is going to have more information or is going to give more tests that the first speaker is not able to give.
All right. I followed up with the marketing department to be sure everything was on schedule. So I followed up with the marketing department. I followed up with the sales department. All those things mean that you are up to date.
Right.
You got your information that you wanted.
Yes. Another thing that I see follow up with used often, if you are like a personal trainer or you do some kind of freelance work.
Yeah.
Let's say you online personal trainer.
Okay.
You meet the client. You make them a diet plan. You make them an exercise plan. And you say, go do the plan.
Yeah.
But you have to follow up on your clients.
Yes.
Follow up with your clients. Let's make sure they're following the plan. Were there any problems? Were things too hard or too
Right,
easy?
right.
Do we need to change things? You don't ask them the second day of the plan, maybe a week or a month later.
A month, yeah.
Yeah, you would follow up with the client.
Right. I feel like in any type of work, you can do the work, but if that work is going to continue, then it's very important to follow up on what's going on.
Yeah. Is the progress going well?
Is something wrong?
Are the workers angry with the new ideas you're putting in place?
Right. Say, for example, a department, they made a new policy, you know? And so how do the employees, how are they reacting? Do they like it? Do they hate it? What can be done?
Yes.
Those are follow-up questions. All right, so great expression to know. The last expression is with that in mind.
Yes.
So meaning that you're considering a particular thing.
Yes.
And then you're going to do something about it.
Right.
I can't believe we're going to be on a plane for 11 hours.
With that in mind, let's order another coffee and some dessert.
Okay.
So the reason you're ordering more coffee and dessert, you're going to be on a plane for 11 hours.
Yeah.
If you were going to be on the plane for 3 hours,
Yeah.
maybe not.
No.
Maybe you're fine.
Yeah.
But considering the long flight, that means they want the coffee and dessert.
Yeah. And speaking of long flights, you know, I took a flight from Seoul to New York one time. It was like almost 16 hours. Wow. That was hard.
I don't know if I want coffee. I would want to go to sleep as quickly as possible.
Like pop in a sleeping pill or something. Okay. It is with that in mind that I give you my resignation letter. Now, this sentence sounds very formal.
It is a bit.
Yeah.
It is with that in mind. I expect this person has explained why they are resigning.
Why they are quitting.
Why they are quitting. And now this is kind of the conclusion sentence.
All right.
Because of these reasons, I have thought of this.
Yes.
And so I am quitting.
All right. Our power pattern today is good thinking, which is another way of saying great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Good thinking. If we leave early, we can get some dinner before the movie.
Good thinking. We can each take half of the list and finish the shopping faster.
Okay, good thinking. All right, good. Adapt is our power vocab, and it's spelled A-D-A-P-T, 적응하다.
Yes.
All right, do check out the English definition on page 96, and let's thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회